Hello YouTube. Today we're digging out this snow jet. I gotta change out some stuff underneath the suspension, like the drivers and stuff, so crank seals one day. It's a 295 Yamaha engine in it. It's a 1974 snow jet Astro SS. So I'll dig this out. It does run and drive, it just needs new drivers and need a couple things on the suspension. The seat is out getting recovered and needs crank seals. It runs really good though, so I'll be dragging it out today and working on it. Alright, we'll try starting this now. Hasn't ran in a month or so. Alright, got into the garage. Use a little work to it, take the suspension out. Well, I don't have any parts to replace anything with, but it's pretty clean underneath here for it, so it has about 1900 miles on it. Not too bad of shape. I put a new voltage regulator in it last year, but I need to get new bulbs for it still. The other one blew out every single bulb in this thing. I need a rear taillight bulb, I need a headlight bulb, I need this bulb, the speedometer, yeah. Yeah, everything else is pretty much clean underneath here. So I'm going to take the chain case cover off. That's going to be fun. If the gasket's still good. Got to take the rear suspension out. It has slide suspension, it's original stuff. The drivers on the front and rear are absolute garbage. There's a bearing exposed right there. I got to change all the bearings on that, I imagine. But I don't know if you can see, there's nothing left on those rear drivers. Just metal, no plastic. It's all gone. Maybe take a look at the rest of the suspension. Maybe change out the bearings up front on the drivers. Just do it all once, get it done with. Make a good rider. The throttle cable broke last year in the winter at the very end of on the carburetor. So I moved the whole block and everything so I can get more throttle cable on it. Might look for a better one, because that's not going to last. Like, there's very little throttle cable on that screw. So, probably look for a nicer one maybe, hopefully. Oil seals, crank seals on the motor. There's a little 295, like a piston port, not a reed valve. Don't have, that's a SSTs, I think, that had the reed valve. The Astros had the ports. Ported piston, I don't know what you call that, ported cylinders. So, I mean, it still has a lot of power. Like, it lifted up skis just driving across the grass. It lifts up the skis pretty nicely. It's a pretty fast little sled, actually, for a 295. Single cylinder, little Yamaha motor. I like how they say snow jet on the side of them. I always thought that was kind of cool. So it needs crank seals. I don't know what kind of crank seal it needs on it. I don't know if the clutch is a thread-on clutch, or it's a pressed clutch, or tapered, whatever. I don't really have no idea. I have to do some research. Has new fuel lines on everything. Gas tank's not cracked, or nothing's leaking on it. Another thing I take off is a license plate. There's this old license plate registered in 1988. I think that's when it stopped running. Take that license plate off, it's kind of annoying me. Another cool fact is, here's the tool pouch for it. This came with the sled. This is the original tool pouch. With all the original tools in it. Here's a, oh, this headlight. This headlight might be good actually. We'll have to test it out. All the suspension tools, Yamaha. I don't know if that's just for the engine or not, I have not a clue. Old wrenches. I don't know if it says snow jet on it or not. I don't really know. Don't know. Yamaha. I guess it's a standard Yamaha tool pouch, I guess. I don't know. Another Yamaha wrench, 10 and 8 mil. I don't know what's all in here actually. A little wrench with gauge feelers, maybe for adjusting points, maybe? I don't know, never seen anything like that before. It's pretty neat. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm missing these. Yeah, I think these are supposed to go there. Oh, look at that. I never knew that was even in there. What if the nut's in there? Yeah, I don't have the nut. So that has it. That'd be sweet, 'cause I'm missing that. I've never actually looked in here before. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let me empty this out. Well, there's nothing else fancy in there, just bits and pieces, an Allen key, an old spark plug. These are pretty nice to always have. Screwdriver, but missing the rear plastic handle. Spark plug caps, nothing fancy. Washer. Old oil plug, I do remember throwing that in there. The other one was garbage. I think that's how it actually went in there, was just plugged in there and leaked. I changed one off an RTX key roll there, the same thing. Yeah, and nothing fancy in there really, honestly. It's too bad I'm missing another tab like this. Well, at least I got one. And I'm missing the nuts. I gotta have to fix that too. On the windshield, put a plastic trim around it or something like that. Fix the bolt, missing bolts there, and put a trimmer on it. I don't know, maybe find something. If I can find something. I'm missing the hood lashers, there's just bungee cords on it. So, okay, so I'm gonna start ripping to this, so yeah, I'll be right back. There we go. I got the suspension on this thing. What a pain. Actually, no, it wasn't that bad. I've done worse, but this thing just weighs a ton. This whole track setup, I've never seen one with tensioners, and oh, I'm missing a side. It must have fell off underneath it there. Oh yeah, that's right there. Grab that. Tensioners. It's like a bunch of bolts that go through it. Crazy. Never seen anything like that before. But so these are the reasons I took these off of here, because they are very much broken. Same with that side. These bearings, probably replace these on both sides. I don't know about these straps. Some kind of brittle. I don't know if I can replace this bearing. It sounds kind of, doesn't sound too good. This almost, I think this is broken here. I think it's supposed to probably be like, I don't know if you guys can see that, like this side, but it ain't quite like that, so I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. I highly doubt it, so that might have to be replaced. This rear shock, I don't know. I gotta play with it some more. But yeah, I took it out. Original snow jet track underneath there. It's dry cracked. I gotta take apart the front drivers. Up in there. These ones are not too bad, but they'll probably break right away as soon as next winter. So, fun taking that apart now off of this. Yeah. Alright, so I took the chain case cover off and drained out the oil, and that stuff was black. Black oil. definitely need to be changed out. Took out the gears and the chain. The chain was nice and tight. The gears look good. Yeah, look pretty good. This thing doesn't have many hours, but boy, that oil is black. Probably never been changed ever. So that'd be also a good needle chain case oil. I don't know about the bearing down there. Maybe put a new bearing in if I can get it out. I gotta get this cup out of here. This is not gonna be fun. I may have to take off the hood. I don't think this driver is gonna be easy to come out, but we're gonna try. Only got the muffler off from up there. Had to go down to there. And this little clippy thing. 2 springs up there. Speedometer's off right there. Makes me wonder how easy this cup's gonna be to take off, or how stuck that's on there. This would be interesting to get out. Surprised there's a grease nipple right there. It's pretty nice. Everything's greasable. Well, I guess on the some other sides they put them on the axles. This is more, I don't know how much easier it'd be to get to behind a muffler. Maybe a little easier. Yeah, I'll keep plucking away at this. Well, am I ever freaking lucky. It popped out. With Mr. Crowbar and a little bit of a screwdriver, a little motivation with it, it popped out. I got lucky there. Holy cow. I can't believe I got that out of there. Usually these things like to rust out in place there, but I got lucky. I've heard people having issues with these, trying to get them out. I'm so glad I got it out. Just got to clean it up and yeah, be good to go. Now to try to get this all out of there, all that out of there, then I should be good for now. Sweet. Well, that kind of figures. Kind of try to get it out, and there's some sort of snap ring around the bearing. I've never seen that before. So I guess I'll take the snap ring off. I thought I'd videotape that for a reference for later when I put it back together. That is interesting. Well, an hour later, got it out. Tracks out. Goes that way for direction. So I want to make sure. Might mark it too, actually. Okay. So I pretty much had to take the whole chain case apart to even get this front driver out. Actually, what a pain. This was terrible. It's actually still not in bad shape, but it's still. So there's like a cup on here that goes inside of there. So when you try to pull it out, it doesn't go all the way because it's still part way into this cup. So I had to take the whole thing apart. That sucks. And trying to get these bolts in the backside, that one behind here. What a pain. But it's apart. Next thing is to take these off of here. I'll do a motor at a later date for crank seals and stuff. Clean up and see if I can get these off of here now. Alright, back on the snow jet. I am taking apart the drivers. These ones blew up. Gonna strip them off. I'm just using a pair of pump pliers and twisting them off. Oops. Try it again. Ah. Easy to do it with two hands. Go. There we go. Got it. So I'm doing that. Took the suspension apart. The rear shock. Got one of these stripped and ready to send off the States. Got some acetone. Just gonna try to soften up these ones. These ones are actually still, these were the front drivers. They're still actually kind of rubbery. So supposedly that stuff right there is supposed to make that driver softer to make it rip off. So do that. So yeah, I took the shock off. I still gotta figure out to get straps for that thing. One of the sliders right here, right in here, there's like a piece that goes down, clamps onto here. One of them was broken, I think on this side it was broken. So I took both of them off. I'm going to get someone to remake one, machine shop. So I highly doubt you can find that. And this shock, apparently you can't get this size. The closest one you can get is a bigger diameter on one of these sides. So I might have to make a shim for me to put on that. Yeah, hopefully that works out. Alright, I got it back into the shed. Track in there, everything piled on top of it. Pushed the drill get in here, and it's going to sit here for a while without a track suspension. I'll get some footage of that. So, you know, get some crank seals for it and or some other stuff. And repair the suspension.